Hi, Prakash here with the next episode of Coffee Times Success Nuggets. There are a few things which don't change, not even the Grand Canyon, but things like God. But everything else which changes, there are a few options that we have in our life and ride the change as a wave which would take us to higher and better glories. When it comes to change, there are three or four levels of changes that typically happens in our life. And when that change happens, how we respond is what actually makes the difference. Change being constant. As I am talking, things around us are changing so fast we don't even know. Blink of an eye, a planet is born, a planet is gone, a person is born, a person is gone. Opportunities come and go, challenges come and go. How you respond makes all the difference. When it comes to change, there are people who completely blindfold themselves and hope that nothing would happen to them and they reject change outright. These are the people who are the typical naysayers saying that the change will not do anything to me. Imagine when COVID took over humanity. There were many people who said it's happening in some part of the world. How is it possible that it's going to impact me? They rejected change. And business houses or individuals or corporates or whatever you want to call, they all paid a huge price who rejected change outright, which is the worst category, as I would say. The next one is what I would call as a reactive category. People who do not like change but are forced because now they don't have a choice. Reactive is typically a knee jerk reaction to something that hits you. It could be terminating people when COVID hit you and the business went down the spiral. Or it could be just taking any action that will just ensure that you shrink into a cocoon and hope that the change would pass on and maybe you can resume your normal life soon. For many of us, COVID is the new normal. It's there literally for us to grow into. We don't have a choice of saying it's not going to change our life. It has changed. Normalcy may not return, doesn't matter. But now the way people have accepted it, many of them rejected, a few or many were reactive in nature. The third category is a little bit better, in fact, far better. This is where many of the leading business houses, nations, leaders fall into. There are quite a few categories you would see of countries or organizations which saw COVID was going to happen or happening. And before it actually hit them, they had redrawn their complete blueprint, their strategies, their execution plans, and they were ready, even as a family. Many families regrouped to ensure that they were able to save on the meager resources that they had. They were able to foresee. Proactive is when you are able to align to a rearranged goal because of the change that is happening around you. Reactive, maybe you take knee jerk reactions. In proactive, are able to align a little bit, seeing the change coming. You don't get hit by the change, and before the change actually happens, you redesign your goals and then make your business plans or life plans accordingly, and then you are proactive. You are in alignment with the change that is happening. You can say it that way. But the real crest riders, as they say, the people who are on top of any of these wave which happens, is hardly 1 or 2% of the people in the world. And these are the people who call the shots in any of the industry. They are the wealth builders, they are the knowledge builders, they are the people who literally call all the shots. These are the people who be called as the change agents or the people who are generative. Who are these people? These are the people actually who bring the change. If you look at any of the great inventions of this modern world, it has been brought by someone who thought differently. Life was going on, no challenge, no sweat. Yet They found a new way of doing something better, whether it's pharma, medicine, food, exercise, entertainment, whatever you want to call, knowledge. These are the people who brought the change where others had no chance of not saying to the saying no to the change. They had to accept it. These are the people who really are the ones who get the best ROI or return on investment on anything that happens, because these are the people who are the ones who bring the change. If you really want to be getting the best out of a change, change being constant, change being the only thing that continues to happen around us, you have these four choices in front of you. Would you like to reject the change? Would you like to be reactive, where you sort of grudgingly accept what's happening around you and yet sort of find a way to adjust a bit here and there in a grudging way, hoping that the change would tide and life would become normal again? Would you be proactive, where you redraw your goals and strategies and find ways in which you can make the best out of the change that's sweeping out everybody else? Or be the sweeping change and bring the change yourself? You don't need to wait for somebody else. There could be massive macro changes. There could be micro internal changes that happen inside each and every one of us on a daily basis. Do you want to reject? Do you want to react? Do you want to be proactive? Or do you want to be a generative person? Which level of leadership are you in? Something worth thinking about? Till we meet again, this is Prakash signing off.